Hello there, everyone, and welcome to a late night episode of Uncanny, where normally we talk about comic books and all good things that come with them. But this week is Doctor Who week. This Saturday is the 50th anniversary episode of Doctor Who, titled Day of the Doctor. And there have been a lot of things going on online that have to do with this anniversary. There's a lot of excitement in the nerd community, and I'm one of those that's excited. Now, granted, I don't have cable, so I don't have BBC America, so I'm not going to get to see this 50th anniversary episode when it appears. But I'll find a way to watch it. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I am not totally caught up. It's something that I get to watch in my limited spare time. But, you know, I know what's going on in the current episodes. I know things that are leading up to it. I've watched plenty of the past episodes and whatnot. But I'm really excited for this. If I could get in a TARDIS right now and go travel through time with the Doctor, I'd be all for it. Now, in commemoration of the 50th anniversary, there have been trailers for the episode, there have been teasers, there have been a lot of questions. Now, John Hurt will be playing an incarnation of the Doctor that has never been seen before. And in the trailer, both David Tennant and Matt Smith make comments that this is the rendition of them that they never wanted to remember. So there's something really just dark and just nasty about whatever John Hurt's Doctor is. And the question has come up, this is obviously a past Doctor. All the Doctors have been accounted for, 1 through 11, or 1... Is it 11? Yeah, 1 through 11. With David Tennant being 10, Matt Smith being 11, Christopher Eccleston being 9, Paul McGann being 8, etc., etc., etc. Well, this question has been answered this week. Now, this part's going to be a little bit spoilery if you have not watched these. But this week, both yesterday and today, BBC America has released 2 minisodes, 2 Doctor Who minisodes. They're about 6 minutes long, 6.5. And the one that came out today is, I believe they call it The Last Day. And it has to do with some soldiers on Gallifrey, the Doctor's home planet, as they are about to be bombarded by Daleks. Now, it's taking place during the Time War, which is the time that happens between Paul McGann's 8th Doctor and Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor. The season finale of Christopher Eccleston's trip, he basically completely ends the Time War by wiping out all the Daleks. Until they come back, because it's time travel. So, but what this is showing the beginning of, I don't think it's the beginning of the Time War, but it's the beginning of the end for the Time Lords. So there's nothing hugely spoilery there. You know it happens. Anyone who's watched Doctor Who knows that this big Time War has been going on, and, you know, mutual destruction happens. But the interesting minisode was the first one they released. So this minisode takes place during the Time War. It stars, of all people, Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor. And during the Time War, the Doctor did not take part, at least for part of the time. Paul McGann, as the Doctor, did not take part of the Time War. He was a conscientious objector. Now, in this minisode, he arrives on a crashing ship. All of the crew have been teleported away except for the pilot, who gives a reason, why didn't you teleport away? Well, somebody had to teleport the rest of them away. And as he goes to rescue her, bring her onto the TARDIS, probably make her a companion, she sees the TARDIS and freaks out. She wants nothing to do with the Time Lords. She won't go with him. She locks herself in, and he basically says, if you're going down, I'm going down with you. And they crash on the planet. Now, this planet happens to be home to a sisterhood of creepy witch ladies. And they restore the Doctor And they say there's nothing they can do for the girl. She's beyond help. She's going to die within seconds. And the doctor's only got 4 minutes to live. Unless he drinks a potion that they've made that will allow him to control his regeneration for that one time. And so he ponders it, and it's great because they give him the options of, thin, fat, tall, short, female, male. And he says, do you have one for a warrior? And he decides to drink this potion that will allow him to take part in the Time War and to be the warrior that the Time Lords need to defeat the Daleks. And when he regenerates into John Hurt. So John Hurt is the Doctor who is still technically the 8th Doctor, but let's call him 8.5. Somewhere between 8 and 9. And it completely explains why Christopher Eccleston's character is this kind of shell-shocked, post-traumatic stress induced wreck of a person. And why David Tennant's Doctor is so different. Because he's finally gotten his, for lack of a better word, humanity back. So, lots of cool things going on with Doctor Who on the internets. The Nerdist channel on their YouTube through Nerdist News have been doing little Doctor Who things every day. It's been really cool. But one thing I would like to talk about is something that I got for myself in honor of the Doctor Who 50th anniversary, and that is this book. It is called Doctor Who: The Vault. This is celebrating the first 50 years of Doctor Who. It's got stories, it's got pictures, it's got, scenes from the show, it's got memorabilia. It answers just about any question you might have. And I turned to a really nice page. And it stars Tom Baker. Speaking of Tom Baker, just confirmed today, he will be part of the 50th anniversary episode, along with David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Paul McGann. So there will be 4 Doctors, 5 if you count John Hurt. 4.5? So, if you are a fan of Doctor Who, watch it this Saturday. Comment below, tell me how much you loved it or disliked it. But please don't list spoilers because, like I said, I can't watch it right away. So, until next week, this is Baka, and I'll see you guys later. Travel in the TARDIS. Don't blink.